Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Mechanicore QMS 400 Kyrosa-Q. So in my last video, we unboxed the white version of this kit. This is the clear blue type. It definitely looks a little bit more like clear purple to me, but we'll see when we take a look at the runners inside the box. Now, I talked a lot about this kit in general and a lot of things. Anyway, I talked about a lot of stuff in the unboxing of the white version. So in this version, I'll just keep it pretty simple. We'll just get through this pretty quickly. If you wanted to hear more about this kit and the other things that I said, go back and check out the unboxing video for the white version. This is just the same kit, but now just in different color armor and different color other parts. I'm guessing will probably be different color as well. I don't know, but we'll take a look. So we just have the oriented style FFS oriented style symbol there. Is going to be talking about how this is modeled sort of in the style of 5-star stories. So I think that definitely shows through in the design, and not totally, but definitely in a way. If you were sort of to mix the Q-Blaze design with 5-star stories, I guess it sort of comes out that way. The logo there, as well as their kind of take on the Neo Xeon logo there. Body set there because the stand and the weapon sets are sold separately, so this is just the body of the mobile suit here. HDP, high definition, plum model there, the Mechanicore logo up here, and just some really fantastic box art. The box art for the white version was great. The box art for this one I think is even better. Really cool box art here in this case. So it's a quite big and quite heavy box. It's very packed. So let's look here on the side. We just got this same sort of like blue stellar cloud thing there in the background, some line art here. 1,200 limited. So the white version had 2,200. The clear blue and clear red versions have 1,200 each. So of this one, there's only 1,200 in the world. That's pretty amazing, right? And so we just have the same kind of stuff here we saw on the front. Other than that, so let's go look around here on this side here. On this side, we just got front and back, and this is all just CG renders. They're not actually photos of the kit, unfortunately. So just to look at the spec information here again, this is 315 millimeters tall when it's all put together, so 31.5 centimeters. The head height, just up to the head there, is 28.6 centimeters. The shoulder width, so the width across the binders is 410, so it's very wide. Overall depth, overall weight, okay, plastic parts, 1,149 plastic parts, aluminum parts 23, LED parts 45, screws and nuts 12 sets, photo etch 105 pieces, water decal 1 set, but it's very large, powered by a mini USB connector, and the total number of components is 1,397. So quite a bit. It's comparable. Pretty much this is a perfect grade. Oh, and just in case I forgot to mention, this is 1/72nd scale, so it's not a 1/100 scale. It is a little bit different odd scale in this case, 1/72nd. We don't really see that for Gundam model kits, but in this case here, all of the kits are individually numbered. So this one just is the sticker here for mine, or my friends, I should say. This is Kyrosa-Q, blue type, body set, number 480. And so here we can just see what this is going to look like, just the inner frame of this. So without all the clear armor on the outside. There's a couple pieces there, it looks like, in a few areas. But then here just sort of just instructions, technical stuff, all of that. Final packing here I can see is October 23rd, so this was just finally packed, very fresh, like less than 2 weeks ago. Made in China. Let's get this box opened up. Right, so after you take off the top lid, we have this inner box here where we're going to find, here are LED components, wire, screws, metal parts there, our seated pilot figure of Haman Khan, and then a few of the photo etch parts there. One thing I didn't point out in the white version is that these photo etch parts aren't connected. Like sometimes they'll have like little connections, like gates basically you have to cut. These are laid out in a way where everything, it's already cut out. You don't have to cut anything on them. You just peel them off like a sticker, sort of. Our instruction manual here, there's the rest of the photo etch parts, so they're all going to be the same way. You don't have to actually cut anything. You just peel them off a sticker film in this case. Instruction manual, which we'll come back to. The water slide decals. Now, similar to the white version, this one has a lot of stupid design water slide decals that I would never use on a kit, but if you want, there's a whole bunch of dragon and like flame butterfly tribal things you can put on your kit. These are all silver, there's some in blue, and there's a bunch here in white as well. It's probably kind of hard to see, but hopefully you can see that. So some of these are cool, they're just like QMS 400 and like their Neo Xeon logos, and then a bunch down here is all typical warning markings there. Again, gonna be hard to see, but those are just all there in white, a whole bunch of those for our water slides. And then we've just got a whole big huge mess of parts. Now I think what I'm going to do, because I went through all of the runners in the unboxing of the white version, in this case I'm not going to go through, show you guys all the runners for this, because they're all exactly the same. They're just some of them are different colored. So like for example, this runner in the white version was light blue, in this case it's yellow. So what I'll do is just show you guys a few of the runners here that are different from the white version. Otherwise they're all the same. So if you do want to see every single individual runner, again, go back and watch the unboxing of the white version. But for now, let's just take a look at a few of the runners that are, in this case, changed. But I guess before we do that, we can take a look at the manual here. I'm guessing the manual is all going to be totally exactly the same, except for the colors are just switched to the clear blue version here in this case. So here's the front, just an image there, the back, just a CG image of the back. There's all the specifications there. Again, you can pause that if you want to take a look at those specifications again. All the runners are pictured here in their exact colors, or a representation of the colors in a way that you can tell what they're supposed to be anyway. So you can see all of that all the way up to runner 25, A, B, and C. There are the last ones. Interesting. Oh, okay, that is there. Okay, never mind. And then we have all our metal parts, pilot figure, photo etch parts, LED parts, LED parts, LED parts. The manual itself, and then the water slides are pictured there, and then it gets into the construction. Again, this is all exactly the same, except these photos are changed to the clear blue version. So won't go through all the instructions, but here you can see just that's the only thing that's really changed about them is that. And then here in the back is just the decal application layout, so how they recommend where to put all the decals. So that's it for the manual. Alright, so again, I won't show you all of the runners, but here is runner 4 in the regular white version of the kit. This was in pink. In this version, it's in like a clear pink. So you can see all the molding is all pretty much exactly the same. It is exactly the same. One thing I can tell you is that there is a little bit of like an oily film on these parts, so you definitely are going to want to wash these parts, either wash the parts individually or just wash the runners with some soapy water, because they do definitely feel a little bit oily just from the molding process. The finish on them is pretty nice. They are pretty nice and smooth, so they don't have too much of a rough texture on them, as you can see. The clarity of them is also pretty clear. It's not like really super glassy clear, but it is going to look pretty cool, I think, under when you've got all the LEDs inside lit up. If I shine a UV light on this, here you can see shining the UV flashlight on this, it's not really that reactive, so not going to be as reactive as like Bandai clear plastic that they use. So like for example for the PG Unicorn, it's not quite as reactive as that, unfortunately, but it is sort of, kind of reacting. Alright, so then here is runner 23. Now runner 23 is a bunch of the armor parts, which on the regular kit would be white. In this version is clear blue, and it is definitely more blue than it is purple. So although it does seem sort of purplish, these runners are definitely looking pretty bluish, so I guess that is correct. I don't know, I guess when you have like the LEDs on, or when you have them actually laid out over the frame parts, then maybe they're going to look a little bit more purple, because they are like purplish blue. But anyway, let me give you a closer up look at these so you can see these have the same issues as the white parts, as that there is a little bit of flash on these. So obviously you're not really going to want to sand these parts unless you really want to do the work of sanding them, sanding all the edges, and then going with a polishing compound and polishing those edges all up again, that's going to be quite a lot of work. I would say just be really careful with your knife work to clean up a lot of the flash around some of the edges, but there is going to be quite a lot of flash on these parts, unfortunately, so on the clear parts that's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but definitely not impossible by any means. Just going to take a little bit more work. Now, as for the clarity of this, like with the other parts, they're not like really super crystal clear. There is a little bit of translucence going on there. So you can see they're not like really super transparent. You will be able to see what's underneath there, but it won't be really clear, really easy to see the inner frame painting underneath. But not bad, I say. This definitely has a nice finish on it, but yeah, not quite as nice as I think Bandai's clear plastic parts, but it's definitely a really good attempt so far. They seem to be of pretty good quality. One thing that I will say that they do have the advantage over Bandai is the parts don't seem as brittle. You know, like Bandai clear plastic, their clear polystyrene has a very brittle feel to it. This doesn't have that feel. This just feels like just the same regular plastic as the rest of the kit, and even as the white version. Giving this runner, the UV test will reveal pretty much the same thing, not that reactive. If you get right up in there with the UV light, it actually, on looking at this through the camera, it looks a lot more reactive on camera than in real life. Looking at this like just in real life or just with my own eyes, I can see it doesn't look really that bright, but it seems to be showing up brighter on camera for some reason. It's usually the other way around. But yeah, so that's what the clear blue armor parts are like. And then we have runner 10 here, which is another color swap. In this case, in the white version, this was like a light blue color. In this version, it's a yellow color. So we have clear yellow here for this runner. Under the UV test, pretty much same results. It is slightly reactive, basically on the edges. You can see it lights up, but not a whole lot. But otherwise, just pretty much the same thing. Nice finish. Parts are pretty nicely clear. Overall, definitely pretty good, I think. So that's going to be it for this unboxing. I wanted to keep this short because the unboxing of the white version was really long, but that was much more in-depth. If you wanted to see a much more in-depth unboxing of this kit, check out that video. This version, I just wanted to show you what's basically different about this version. It's just the box and some of the runners are molded differently. So that's pretty much going to be the only thing. So thank you guys for watching, and if you wanted to see the red version, I don't have that to unbox for you guys. So basically it's going to be the same thing, I guess, just the colors are changed. You can see online what the colors of the red version look like. I don't really think the red version looks that good personally, so I didn't really bother with that. Again, between this one and the white version, one will be mine and one will go to a friend of mine, so I won't actually own two of this kit. I will just own one, and again, won't be building it anytime soon, so don't ask. For the meantime, I'm just unboxing it just to show you guys what you're getting in the box, and so hopefully that will help you decide if you want to buy the kit or not. If you haven't bought the kit and if you're on the fence, hopefully this was helpful for you. If you do decide that this is something that does look appealing to you, I would recommend you to try to get a hold of one as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the more expensive and the more harder to find they're going to be. So again, this is limited, 1,200 only for this version, 2,200 for the white version. So if you don't have one and you want one, I'd recommend you get one as soon as possible. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any other questions or comments, leave those down below. If you're wondering where to buy one, I would recommend a Samuel decal. Otherwise, just do some searching around. I don't know of any other sources that I would really recommend, because I just use Samuel decal, so that's who I would recommend for you guys. Yeah, okay, see you later. Bye bye.